chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Let's look at the facts. Let's be realistic about this. You done everything right, but for the wrong person. The person that you poured your heart out to, that you supported, that you're loyal to. I'm not saying you're perfect, but you've done your best by, turned out to be a parasitic narcissist involved in your life. Okay? And this is one of the main things that seems to stifle, if that's the right word, or annoy or frustrate you as the victim of abuse, is that you done your best by a person and it wasn't appreciated and it wasn't valued and it wasn't respected. And this is something that can annoy you and frustrate you. Okay? But you need to understand that you don't need them. Alright? You don't need this narcissist that was involved in your life. You don't need them. You've been blessed with your freedom. Alright? This is what it's all about. Okay? Of course it's hurtful. Of course it's frustrating. Of course it can make you angry. It can make you sad and all in between. But really you need to focus on that you actually have your freedom back. And you see, as I deliver this message, it might go over your head, dependent upon where you are at on your journey. And when I talk about being blessed with your freedom, I'm not talking about, oh, you can go to all the parties now and all the clubs and you can start meeting new people. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about, freedom. I'm talking about that can come with it if you want to. I wouldn't suggest you do that soon after a narcissistic relationship. But what it really is, what I mean by when you're blessed with your freedom, is you have your life back. All right? They submerge you so deep underwater that you're sinking, and you don't realize it's happening. You're going down. You're going downhill when you're with them. All right? And you're continuously pouring this effort and this love and this dedication and this support, and you're supporting them financially in some cases, or and it's just when they're out of your life, you may not see it right now that this is actually the biggest miracle or the biggest blessing, one of the biggest blessings that you will ever receive, I believe. Okay, I'll stand by that as 100% truth. All right. It's actually something that you will see that is such a blessing. And it's down to you, which I believe will happen naturally. The process you go through, you will emerge brighter, you will emerge stronger, you will get a new lease of life, you will get a new passion for life, you will thrive again, you will laugh again, you will cry again about other things. And they're going to become completely irrelevant to you. All right, you're gonna become indifferent. You're not gonna care about them. You're not gonna be fazed about them. You're not gonna be bothered about them. And that's where you're at. And this freedom that you've got is actually what's needed. So I don't want you to be hurt about the narcissist walking out on you, discarding you, abandoning you, ghosting you. It's actually or becoming so toxic that you had to cut them off. Like, this is your freedom. You've got your freedom back. All right. It's so important to understand what this means for your life and for your family, for your friends, for anyone who's around you. Like, to not have this person by your side, you can be there for people who are actually real. Like, you see, what you don't realize is happening is they can take you off the path so much that you lose your focus. You don't realize it's happening. And I'm telling you, a lot of what I'm saying in this video will go over your heads, right? But they take you off the path where your sole focus is them. And you might be saying, no, Zion, I was still focused on work, or I was focused on my hobbies, or I was focused on... I'm telling you, they make your focus on them. All right? Everything revolves around them. Not initially. When it starts out, they cleverly incorporate themselves and infiltrate your life. But it becomes where your life revolves around them, and you're doing so much for them, and you actually get burnt out. The empath, because you're empaths, right? You've got empathetic qualities in you. you actually get burnt out by being around these people. You can feel exhausted, you can feel run down, you can feel tired, you may be falling asleep at work. Like, this is like, it literally drains you so much, having these characters in your life, these narcissists. Okay, it can actually drain you so much. So now you've got this freedom, it's something to really treasure. And I know some of you might feel lonely, or some of you might feel miserable in your current situation, but it's not going to last. You've got some emotional realms to sort through. You've got some healing to do, and you will eventually see how significant you having this freedom is for your life. You will eventually see that. So you got to understand, you done everything right. Okay, you done everything right. It's just for the wrong person. If you behaved how you did in a relationship and it was with a genuine person, you would have a meaningful, blissful relationship. All right, you'd have a meaningful, blissful relationship with someone who's empathetic as well, or someone who's got qualities like you have. You'd have reciprocity, you'd have reciprocation, you'd have a solid bond with someone, because you was building from the foundations up. You was building those solid roots, those solid ground level foundations. You was building it up, right? And you know, whether you look at this as a building, or you look at this as you know, planting vegetables or fruits or whatever, like the same thing applies. Like, you know, you was watering your garden, you was trying to keep it healthy, you was building your house on solid foundations, so the house don't sink, right? So the house don't collapse, so the house is solid. This is what you were doing, but you had someone around you that was, you know, deliberately sabotaging the structure of the house, or was deliberately sabotaging your garden, despite the watering and the sunlight and all the care that you provided for it. All right, so you have to understand that you putting this energy into your own life and into your future relationships, and learning from this experience that, yeah, you can meet people that seem like they're good, seem like they're decent, seem like they're okay, and they turn out not to be. And that's a stark warning that you've got, and a realization that you've got. So I don't want any of you to be upset or disheartened or distraught about losing them. Please focus on the freedom that you have. All right, this freedom is something very important. And yes, when you first get out of these narcissistic relationships, freedom doesn't mean anything to you. All you want is to have them back. All right, all you want is the relationship with them. Okay, especially if you were discarded, all you want is the relationship with them. That's all you see. All right, but with time, through time, you learn how to deal with this. You learn to realize that you're not lonely. You learn to realize that there's a difference between being lonely and alone, and you start to realize more and more that this is such a blessing for you to be out of their lives, and they can be someone else's problem. All right, so it's good to remember the things that you did do in the relationship, and understand, don't let the devaluation or the things they told you you had a problem with, or you was at fault with, like, don't let that get, you know, into your heart. Like, it's a lot of bullshit. All right, it's a lot of rubbish. You know, that's what it is. They talk a lot of nonsense, and they deliberately try to, you know, drag you down, just like they try to do throughout the relationship. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. So embrace, you know, this, you did do everything right. Okay, the things you've done on your side of the relationship was cultivating a healthy relationship, and they can actually make you start to behave toxically. You see, like, they can be very insecure, they can accuse you of cheating, they can accuse you of all these things, and it can actually start to make you be toxic. Not toxic, like, let me try to paraphrase that again. It can start to make you be like insecure, or think that they're doing something wrong when it was never in your mindset before. You had solid trust and all of that. Like, so they oftentimes, being around these people can really mess up your mind, heart, and soul. Okay, and you need to go on a journey now of healing to get your mind right, to get your soul right, to get your heart right. Okay, but understand that this was not wasted energy. That the energy that you put into this relationship, the narcissist involved in your life, the effort, everything is not wasted. I promise you that you will see things come back around in your life in one way, shape, or form, that actually picks your life up again. You'll see it in some sort of way. It could be through another person, even, perhaps, right? Can't rule that out. It could even be through another person. It could be through your career. It could be through different things in life. You'll see blessings come back your way, and you'll realize that, wow, like the things that you've done for them wasn't actually necessarily wasted. And whether you look at it as God witnessing this all, witnessing you being so supportive and what's the word I'm looking for? Devoted towards them, you'll see that God or the universe or whatever you want to say, like, or karma, actually rewards you for your efforts, despite them not reciprocating your efforts or having reciprocity or appreciating your efforts. You will be rewarded in this life, and I believe also in the next life. Okay, you will be, and I'm not just talking about mystics or some rambling nonsense. You'll see it. Okay, there's things that I've done in my life, irrespective of, like, just in general in life. I've seen things that I've done in life where I had no intentions of receiving any benefit or reward or anything back in my life. Like, I wasn't thinking, me doing good will bring positive karma. I wasn't even conscious of those things. I was just moving with my heart. All right. And I've seen things come back to me in my life as a blessing. Okay. And it's not just me. I've spoken to many people in sessions that I've seen things come back in their life in another way, shape, or form that actually helps them through and carries them through. So things will come and help aid you to carry you through and support you and carry you through for the good deeds you've done, not only with the narcissist involved in your life. That's what I was saying about, my situation. It's not even just narcissists, irrespective of narcissists, just in general, the good things you do in life, you will be rewarded for it to come back. And don't change your mindset about how you go into the future. Like, don't do good things because you're expecting to receive a benefit back or a reward. And I'm not saying these things happen overnight. Sometimes it can take a significant period of time, but you will actually receive blessings back in this world, and I believe so the next, for the things you've done. All right, so it's not wasted. It's just the effort, support, the dedication, the devotion that you put forward towards this narcissist involved in your life was just for the wrong person. Okay, like I said, if they was a decent person, you would have a healthy relationship now. It happened to be that they're a parasite, narcissist, dusty weirdo, and they're weird and they're deranged and they're messed up in the head. And yes, the effort, the support, the dedication, the devotion is wasted on them, but it's not wasted in the bigger picture and the grand scheme of things, in how you will be rewarded for your efforts by God or by the universe or by karma or whatnot. Okay, it's your efforts are wasted on them because they're not deserving of having you in their life. They didn't deserve to ever have you in their life. You didn't deserve to go through the abuse that you went through. All right, you didn't deserve to go through the abuse that you went through. Okay, but it's happened. Okay, and you will see things improve for you in your life. So as I said, it's not going to happen overnight. But just look out for signs, look out for blessings that come your way. And when they do, you'll know why they've come your way. You'll realize why they come your way, and you'll be thankful. All right, you'll be truly grateful and thankful, because that's the type of person that you are. When these things come your way, you're going to take it in your stride. You're going to be excited. You're going to be thankful. You're going to be grateful. You're going to be really, really pleased that, it will give you a conscious awareness that, wow, something out there is there. God, the universe, positive energy, karma, whatever you want to call it, right? Something out there is there looking out for you. And you'll realize that this separation, this split, this discard, this reverse discard, you cutting them off, was all necessary, and it was meant to be, and it was meant to happen. It was really meant to happen with this narcissist that was involved in your life. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You may donate or support to this channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads and custom video requests, join my membership program at zionmembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.